Boston, Boston, Boston. As the legends have stated, once in the chronicles of humankind, your time has come. And let me just say first, this isn't going to be a long video. Actually, not a long video at all. And you want to know why? It's because as soon as I felt the Boston atmosphere, all of a sudden, I don't, a wave, disgust, hatred, and everything negative just all of a sudden hit me, got stuck to me like some sticky substance. You know, like when you step into Khalid for the very first time and the sky turns red, and you know deep down, I fucked up being here. And before anyone tries to be the fist of vengeance in my comments, let me explain myself. So, not too long ago, me, my partner, and my friends all planned a trip. And believe it or not, for once, the trip actually left the group chat phase and moved into the purchasing plane tickets. Crazy, I know, insane. So, moving closer to the date, we realized, oh shit, our tickets are for the wrong airport. That's all the way on the other side of the state. That's like a 6-hour drive. We gotta fix that. Worst mistake of my life. Actually, in retrospect, I think I would have rathered the 6-hour drive across fucking state. We probably would have seen some cool shit on the way and maybe experienced a thing or two that actually would have benefited us in the long run. Anyways, I called the help desk, got our tickets changed, but now we had a layover in Boston. I'm like, okay, no big deal. As long as we sit together and get there relatively the same time as everyone else, cool, fine. We leave Florida TSA, which TSA is TSA, blah, blah, blah. Separate video would be needed for TSA if absolutely everyone didn't hate TSA already, but luckily I'm sure we're all on the same page with TSA. We take off without many issues in the airport. I even get complimented on my makeup, which, rare and very welcome and amazing. Thank you to that person that did that. You're awesome in every way, shape, and form. Thank you. Then all hell broke loose as we landed in Boston International Airport. Not even joking, it's like everyone's mood on the plane shifted immediately. Like all of a sudden, all these motherfuckers had to clock in for a 9 to 5 shift, which, to be fair, they probably was going home from a vacation or something. Cause ain't nobody visiting Boston just to visit. I don't care what none of y'all say, bro. No one's like,
yo, we should go visit Boston.
That's not a thing, bro. No one does that. Unless you got family there. No one does that. You know what? I'm getting off track. Here. I'm sorry. We exit the plane and really need to piss. We have 3 hours of layover time. So I'm like, okay, let's go find a bathroom. We got all the time in the world. Might as well, right? I'm going to give a good timeline of the normal to bullshit meter from the plane door. Now I want you to imagine this with me. You leave the plane door. You step out into that long ass hallway thing, whatever the fuck it is. I'm not even sure what it's called. You take one step. Okay, everything's cool. You take another step. Still cool. Take another step. You're at the edge now. You're right there. You can see everything in the airport. You step out from the hallway into the airport. And boom. Immediately, 4 old men, then they start pointing. So now you have 4 old men staring and pointing at you. I'm like, okay, they're old. So I'm like, maybe they're just old, or maybe they're racist. Either way, 4 old men pointing at you off the plane, kind of crazy. I felt like I was famous for a second. I had to like check my YouTube, and then I was like, nah, I'm still, I'm not at 200 yet. Shit, maybe they're one of the 190. I don't know. Could be. So I brush it off and tell my partner later, I'm like, hey, did you see the old niggas staring at us? And as I said that, you won't believe it, but this bitch, this old ass lady does the craziest shit, hit a 180 with her head only. With just her head. I want y'all to imagine that. It freaked me out the way she turned her head that fast. It's like some owl took over her body for a second, and I'm assuming she did it because I said nigga. That's the only thing I could think of, because there was no reason for that reaction. She acted like I slapped her grandchild in front of her. Like, what's going on at this airport? I don't understand. We're like 10 minutes into this airport, minimum. I don't even go through this in Florida. The South is of the South. I'm like, what's going on? Anyways, so I'm like, let's just use the bathroom and go sit down at our area because I don't really like the vibe here anymore. We got off the plane and immediately into bullshit. So we do that. We grab something to eat. The people at the counter are rude, but whatever. That's like airport shit, you know? We sit in the plane check-in area, which at this point is literally just us. Like it was completely dead. It's just me and my partner. That's it. Just us. I go to close my eyes because we're both tired. We're both getting ready to take a nap. I go to close my eyes. This old lady in a wheelchair, an electric wheelchair, pulls up, and I'm like, okay. I wave at her just to be nice and be, manners. Like you get it. And she just stares. She doesn't wave back, which I'm like, okay, she doesn't really have to. Who cares? But she just stops, parks like across from us, and then just continues to stare. I'm like, okay, anyways, I guess I'll just take a nap. World War III was breaking out when I opened my eyes. I genuinely have never seen it go from and this is one of the times, like, when you have dreams sometimes, but sometimes you just go to sleep and then you just wake up. This is one of those times. I closed my eyes, it was dark for a bit, and then I just wake up. I'm like, yo, all I hear is footsteps. Nigga, there's someone laying on the ground, and like, there's all this stomping. I'm like, yo, but then I look out the corner of my eye, and the old lady's still staring at us. She ain't even blinking. She's not even blinking. I'm like, yo, maybe someone needs to check on her. Like a little health check. Is she still with us? It wouldn't be me, though. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm not checking on her. I don't know. I'm not doing that. I'm black. I don't do that. Sorry. I'm sorry to tell you. I don't do that. It's not me. Anyways, eventually, we leave. Everything's fine. Everyone's celebrating. Some niggas popping champagne in the cabin. Then I remembered we have to fly back and do this shit all over again. Man, and don't even get me started on the